We're all living a lie. America, our beloved country, is dying by the death of 1,000 cuts. Violence, corruption, illegal immigration, crooked politicians, out of control taxes. It must stop. American patriots, it's time to stand up and speak out. Together, we can restore its greatness. Choose a leader who loves our country. Unite, take action, and let's make America great again. Our home depends on it. This is more than a book. It's a call to arms.
Hello there, fellow Americans, young and old, Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Independents, everybody. This is part 2 about politicians and how we elect them. And we had a part 1. If you haven't watched it, please go back and watch it because it's full of insightful information and great ideas for the future. So we can fix this once and for all because the politicians today, they don't consider themselves public servants. They self-servants, and they couldn't care less about us. All they do, they listen to lobbyists over and over and over again, and talking to us is hardly ever happened. They always sneak in their districts and they sneak out. They don't talk to the people. So in this part 2, I want to talk about the fact that too much is happening about politicians and news media people. They're always smearing somebody, always, and in the worst kind of way. And once the words are out there, it's hard to take it away from other people. Even if you come back and say, I'm sorry, or you make it right, some people don't see it, and they believe what you say. So smearing should be absolutely illegal. And if you do it, it should be investigated and penalized, big time. News media, they should be charged millions of dollars for every time they smear and then put misinformation out there. So this is the biggest no-no there is, as far as I'm concerned. All the parties, I'm talking about Republicans, Democrats, Independents, and Libertarians, should have a statement out there on the internet that states what they stand for. So people, they will know exactly, I want to vote Libertarians, I want to become an independent, or why not, or Republican, Democrat. They should have full statements what their party stands for. So anybody can get on. I'm talking about young people. Older people, they already know where they stand. But the younger generation, they have to read this about each party so they know where they want to stand. So and they should be truthful, okay? And if they don't stick to their agenda, then it should be changed right away. So this is very important. All the judges to be monitored. That's another really terrible thing that's happening. Most of the courts, or a lot of the courts, are packed with progressive judges that they don't deal with justice the way it should be. Justice should be blind. It should not be Republican or Democrat or progressive. So there should be a commission that monitors the judges, all the judges in the country. They will be monitored and should be followed. The way they judge, the way they treat the people that they judge. And because like in particular the case of President Donald Trump, Ellen Bragg and so many other judges, they were so biased. They were so obvious. They were biased, it's shameful. These people should be kicked off the bench, period. Justice is blind. They should be blind too. Listen to the facts. Don't look at the face, don't look at the title, don't look at the name. Look at the facts and judge based on that, period. So this commission should be maybe like 10 people or 20 people, God knows when, because there's so many judges, but should be totally unbiased. It should be not belong to a Republican Party or a Democrat Party. It should be people that they don't have anything to say about either way. But if they are Republicans or Democrats, they should be half-half. Half Republicans, half Democrats. So I know it's done right, justice. So this is a very, very good idea. I think it should be implemented because a lot of the judges are totally out of control, totally out of control. Franklin Roosevelt, our 32nd president, he said in politics, nothing happened by accident, nothing. And if it happened, you can bet there was planned to be that way. So there are no coincidences and no accidents. It happened because it meant to be that way. So we have to remember that everything we see is just not a coincidence or an accident. No, it was planned. Politicians plan for everything. So we have to keep that in mind. You have to give the benefit of the doubt maybe once in 1,000 years. Because when he makes a statement, he meant it. He takes it back, doesn't mean it's too late. This is what he's thinking. So we have to keep him accountable for that. So I want to give you a good example of judges being biased. And this is a big one, that's a doozy. I lived in California. So in 1984 was a Proposition 187 put before the people to vote on it. And that proposition, it was about stopping all the money going to illegals in the form of social services, in the form of healthcare, in the form of housing, any ways. Stop it cold, 100%. They will save billions of dollars for the budget of California, and by now, since then, probably trillions of dollars. And guess what? You pay 60%. That means there were 26 million people in California in 1984. 16 million people voted for it. So a super majority, 60%. And guess what happened? A few weeks later, the proposition went to a judge in the 9th District Court of Appeal. Her name was Mariana Falser. And she found it to be unconstitutional, and it killed her. And then it stayed that way. All these years, it stayed that way. How did it happen? How is it possible that one person, one single person, overturned the will of 16 million people? This was crazy then, and it's still crazy now. And it happens all the time. So judges have to be held accountable also for what judgment they make.
Buy the book! Okay. I'm kidding. I was trying to be funny.
Not buying the book?
But now, no. In all fairness and in all seriousness, please buy the book. It's an amazing book. By now, if you've watched all our videos, you can tell that this book is a stroke of genius, really. And I'm not just being biased. I've read it. It's absolutely amazing. So buy the book. You can find the link down in the description that will take you to Amazon. Also, please, if you want to help us grow as a channel, subscribe. That helps us a lot. Also, like, comment so that we can know how to improve our videos. And also press the little button in the shape of a bell so that you can get a notification on your phone or tablet or whatever you're watching off. So that you can know each time we post a new video. We will try every day. At some point, as I said before, it'll be every other day, but we will announce you beforehand. With that being said, I'll let you get back to it. Thank you again so much for watching. We thank you so much for watching, and we really appreciate all the likes. And please keep coming back because we make great content about the truth that's happening in America, and really some of these things happen all over the world. And just please listen, and thank you again so much.
And by the way, I want to say all these videos that we make, they're just snippets of what's in the book. Buy the book, there are a lot more details, a lot more facts in there, so you really enjoy it. There are a lot of famous quotes, some anecdotes. It's a great read.
Yes, it is.
Very great read.
Yes.
So, with that said, we also have to be very careful who we elect to any offices. First of all, I think, and I think most Americans feel that way, that any political candidate, before they run for, before they start the campaign, they have to have a really extensive medical examination, also a mental evaluation before they even start the campaign. And why I say that? Because look at Joe Biden. If he would have had that done, he would have never become president. He would have not even been the vice president because he was having a problem. So I think every one of these candidates have to run through medical examination and mental evaluation. And we have to be very, very careful who we elect to office. For example, the squad in Congress, it was comprised of Alexandria Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Presley, Rashida Tlaib, and there are probably 10 more, I think, in the squad. These are people that really hate America, and you can see the way they carry themselves, so by the way they talk about America. Alexandria Cortez, Ilhan Omar, they committed treason by helping the illegals avoid ICE. Why are they still in office? They should be in prison. I don't understand why they get all these passes. If it was a Republican doing that, he would have been in prison already. So we have to apply the law equally to everybody. It doesn't matter if he's a Mexican, he's a Muslim, he's a whatever. You're in Congress, you have to obey the law. You break the law, you're out. And you're kissed out, okay? And so we have to be very, very careful. And these people should never be allowed to win again. The Republicans or whoever, they should go in there and put a much, much better candidate, a candidate that loves America, a patriot. Not these crazy people, you know. They're absolutely crazy. They don't even know what they're saying or doing. They don't realize. They damage so many people and they damage the country itself. Why would you allow them to become congressman, congresswoman, whatever? So this is really, really important. We have to pay attention, and by chance they get in there, by mistake they get in there, we have to make sure that's the last time, first and last, that they'll be there. And after that, never again allowed to do that, okay? Also, I'm looking back to President Obama. He was a civil rights attorney, and all of a sudden, in a few short years, he became President of America. How did it happen? We are all asleep. This guy had no idea about politics, first of all, let alone loving America. He became president, the first thing he brought to America is racism. Everything was racism. Everything was black and white. No. He was wrong then and he's wrong now. And he's still adheres to that. What did he do in 8 years for the black communities? Nothing. Not even a thing. Even Chicago was his town. In the 8 years as president, he never visited it. He never went to talk to the black leaders of Chicago and see what they can do. Never. He hasn't done a damn thing for anybody. Okay? And then, he gave us for something. He gave us the Obamacare, an affordable care that nobody can afford. It was full of lies before they got a vote on it, and after the vote, we're supposed to get rebates. It's going to be cheaper. It's going to be this and this. Nothing. Just a pile of garbage, and from what I understand, he gets royalty from Obamacare. How can this happen? Come on. So he was 8 years wasted of America history. Okay? He has done a damn thing for America. He has done a damn thing for his people. Nothing. He just wasted time. So we have to be very careful who we are. And the people, I think, to be president should be going through House of Representatives, through the Senate, so they learn the system, they learn the Constitution. A lot of these people have no idea of the Constitution, if you ask them about it. So, and then become president. Now, if you take a guy like President Donald Trump, the guy was a great businessman for many, many years. The country, it's a huge business. It's just like a huge business. They used to run on balance and check and balances like any company. And you cannot have a company. He would have been broke a long time ago and bankrupt if he ran his company the way they run the government. We are 35 trillions in debt. 35 trillions. You can't even imagine how much money there is. Just the interest on that money is $2 trillion a year. Every 6 months, $1 trillion. So the higher it goes, the higher the interest goes. So we have to be very careful who elect president. That somebody would either a great politician or a great businessman, one of the two. In the case of Mr. Donald Trump, not only he was a great businessman, but with the 4 years experience behind him, he's a great politician now too. And the country is going to benefit tremendously for the next 4 years and maybe beyond. One more thing I'd like to talk about is about politicians, leaders of FBI, whatever they call before Congress to testify, and not answering questions. Their favorite question is, I don't remember. I can recall. I was not in charge of this. These are like, talk about the FBI director, Christopher Wray, talk about the U.S. Attorney General, Merrick Garland. And these people, they play footsie around with the millions of dollars wasted by saying this and this and this. These people are supposed to be qualified, intelligent people, smart people, and they say, I don't remember, or I don't recall that, or I had to check with it. This is crap. These people, they should be called in contempt of court and put in prison right away. No, you go over there, you freaking have all your ducks in a row and you have all the answers. You cannot say, I can't remember. If you're this stupid, you can't remember, they get the facts from your people and put them on writing, put it on paper, and then look it up before they ask you. I mean, this is totally insane. And this happens all the time. And I'm talking about Democrats and Republicans alike. They do the same thing, they play the same stupid game. No, you call, you answer. If you go there to answer the questions, then you answer all the questions, not what you want. And don't play games that maybe it was this or this way. No. You answer them questions, okay? Or you're out of the job. That's it, simple as that. So this is a thing that really, really bothers me because it happens again and again and again and again. You can never get a straight answer from these so-called non-politicians. There are more politicians than the politicians themselves. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then the last thing that I wanted to say today is that the progressive movement will have you believe that America is a really bad place for many, many different reasons. From, let's say, slavery to today's society. Why would they do that? These people hate America that much that they want you to believe that it's a bad country. I want to know, show me how many Americans are trying to sneak into Russia or China or North Korea and live there illegally. Just show me one. And I'll show you 1 billion of people that want to come to America. Okay? And the proof is in the pudding. We have over 25 million illegals in the United States today. Maybe more, who knows? Nobody took tally of how many there are. But for sure, at least 25 million. They come from all over the world, from China, from Italy, from England, from South America, all over the countries, from Africa, from Congo, they found illegals. So you're telling me this is a bad country? I don't think so. The American dream might be dead for now, but not for long. That's thanks to Joe Biden. But the American dream is still going, is still there, out there, and we have to bring it forth for the people to enjoy it. The American dream, it's a beautiful dream, and it's nowhere in this world, any other country, where you can go as a foreigner like I was, as an immigrant, and become a very successful businessman, a millionaire, in a very short time, So this is the country to live in. It's a blessing, and America loves America. God loves America, and proof of that is he spared Mr. Trump's life when the bullet just grazed him in the ear. That's miracle. That's miracle because he's standing one way, and the bullet is faster than he can move this way, and he started to move his head before the guy even pulled the trigger, and that's why he nicked his ear. So God loves America very much, and still loves America, and we have to go back to God. Our country, unfortunately, moved more and more away from God, and we have to go back to God. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you got a lot of the information from it. You get the book, you get a lot more details, a lot more stuff in there than I can say on the video. Thank you.